Welcome to my third episode of Memories of Papua. I want to talk today about missionary housing and a sawmill. When we first came to Papua in 1964, the houses that we stayed in were mostly King Strand houses that were made out of corrugated aluminum. There was some real advantages to that construction in that the material was light, it was very durable, the termites wouldn't eat it, and a house could be brought into a station and built very quickly, and it would provide good housing. We lived in King Strand houses for a good part of our stay in Papua. But the King Strand houses had disadvantages. Uh, in the summer or the dry season, they were really hot. Uh, the sun beat down on those things and they got so hot that you could hardly touch the walls. We would open, we had large windows with shutters that we would open and prop open with sticks, and there was screens over them, and that gave you cross ventilation, to try to cool it down a little bit. But when it was really hot, it was just miserable to be inside those King Strand houses. And then in the rainy season, you get a good Papuan downpour, and those houses were loud. You could be face to face with somebody yelling at them, and they couldn't hear what you were saying. I've said it was like being inside a jet engine. They were really loud. Um, so there were advantages and disadvantages to King Strand housing. So the mission at some point decided to build a sawmill. So the engine and all the equipment was purchased and put up and so forth in the village of Ayam, where the Wrestler family was stationed. So my dad, who was a pretty good mechanic, could fix most things, spent a lot of time at the sawmill in Ayam sawing lumber because they found that the ironwood logs, which were plentiful on the south coast, made terrific building materials. The termites wouldn't eat them. I don't know whether that's because the wood was so hard or whether it was the sap was toxic, but the ironwood boards and beams that they sawed in that sawmill were very tough and very durable and made great missionary housing. So Dad spent quite a lot of time there. Other South Coast missionaries operated the sawmill as well. Chuck Preston and Larry Rasher, I know both spent time working at the sawmill, but my dad was there quite a bit. So Dad told me a story that one evening when he was there working on the sawmill, of course, he was a guest of the Wrestler family while he was there. So they would gather together in the evening for devotions, and they would kind of go around the room choosing songs out of a little spiral bound songbook. So Cal Wrestler had an extremely dry sense of humor. He could crack a joke without a shadow of a smile, just completely deadpan. So as they were going around the room picking songs, somebody said, "Let's sing We Rest on Thee, our shield and our defender." And somebody said, "Oh, that's the song that they sang with Jim Elliott and Nate Saint in South America just before they went out and were martyred by the Auca Indians." And Cal Wrestler, totally deadpan, said, "Okay, let's pick a different one then." The whole circle cracked up and took several minutes to regain their composure.